We are. Hi, our devoted spirit watchers. You're probably wondering why we're going live right now. And that is because we have some updates and we are taking questions and stuff.
Well, what's going on is there's a lot of people that's asking us questions about, hey, can I book now? When are you guys opening? Those type. If you go on our website, the stonegel.com, scroll down under the paranormal, there is a list of prices already on that site now. The prices are very, very fair if you consider the history of this building, the magnificence of this building, the area where it's located, and all of its wonderful glory. Actually, it's more than a fair price. We probably could have charged more, but I think you should enjoy the prices. There is one on there under the guided tours that I'm going to talk to them about that was put on, I think, by mistake. And we will be doing school tours. So if you know any of the schools that are possibly interested, just tell them, yeah, we will be doing those type of tours. We just have to set up prices for that yet because we have to find out something that will work for a group of that size and that many. So,
well, that's it. I'm going to get his ass.
Pee-wee, of course, starting his trouble again. So if you go on our website right now, you will see a list of prices. We've already got people contacting us. So I believe this week coming up, I might actually be able to start booking people. So I'm under the understanding that we will be starting the tours and stuff after the 4th of July. So yes, it is that close. We're nervous, excited. What emotions do you guys have?
All the above.
Gabrielle is scared because she has to actually talk to people and give her some encouragement. You can do it, Gabriella. You can do it. You can do it. Because she needs it. Abby, you want to say something? You don't very rarely talk, so talk to the
I don't know, I guess we're just really excited and I mean, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I don't know what else to say.
Boy, we're a good team here, aren't we? Yeah, so we will be booking. Just keep on watching that site. As far as right now, I believe that there will be no cash payments. I think everything will be made through a credit card, debit card, those type of things on. There's going to be a little box. It's going to be square. We're going to be using that for the payment method.
Linda wants to know if it's going to be year-round tours.
Yes, absolutely. The only time we won't is since the weather here in Pennsylvania does get really, really bad at times. If inclement weather comes and we can't do anything and we have to close, the people that are booked at that time will be rebooked. And it'll be at the earliest convenience for them.
Pee-wee.
Come on, Pee-wee. You can't start this now today.
No,
and, but yeah, we will do it all year round. We will probably, the way that I'm thinking right now, what we're going to do it, we're probably going to do tours through the week. Maybe a couple flashlight tours like on a Friday evening, but Friday and Saturday nights will be the overnight tours. Yeah, Friday and Saturday night. And then Sunday will probably be flashlight tours or evening investigations. But we will have tours throughout the week. Once we get going and get those investigations and that in, we will probably close on Monday and Tuesday and then be open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And again, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in the morning will be guided tours. In the evening, depending on availability and how much we have booked, could be the flashlight tours. Friday evening, either the limited 4 to 6 hour investigations or flashlight tour. Friday night could be an overnight tour, and investigation, and Saturday will be an overnight investigation. There goes our dogs. And then Sunday we can do morning tours, maybe a evening investigation or an evening flashlight tour. But all of that will be detailed, and of course, when you contact us, tell me what you want. I will fit you in somehow. So,
well, the other thing is too, we're trying to make sure we have time off, so we're not just continuously doing tours and not having any private time for ourselves.
That'll probably be Monday and Tuesday. Now, we do know if we do open up right after the 4th, we will probably be doing daytime tours for that first week. The following week after that, we have a trip that we have to do to New York. So we probably won't be open that weekend, but then the following week we'll probably do a Monday through Sunday straight through, but then that following Monday and Tuesday will be taken off, and that will be our regular off days. Monday and Tuesdays will be our days that we will not be open for business. I have to throw that through, of course, with our partner, make sure that it's okay with him because he is the owner of the building. But he's pretty much left a lot of that stuff up to us to decide what we want to do. As far as what we're going to be doing is we've been going in and cleaning. Abby could probably upload some of the pictures soon. We have before pictures and we have after pictures of what we've already done so far. We're going to be going in this weekend and we're going to be doing some more cleaning and straightening up. So we can have more pictures. Now, I do want to probably a couple days before we literally open up for the public, I want to do a live walkthrough of the entire building. So stay tuned for that. For those of you that aren't aware, we do have a new logo. That was printed out for us, designed for us by Lady Victoria Darkwood from the Central Massachusetts Paranormal Society. Our new logo is fantastic, so we cannot thank you enough, Susan, for doing that for us.
Angelina's in the house.
Angelina's in the house. Hi, Angelina. I did get in the mail, and it's a very interesting thing, and it's by the warden that used to work there. They worked there for 31 years. It was a warden and his twin brother, the Regala brothers. They wrote a book, and you can see it right here. It's called The Black Gate. And this book is magnificent. I have to read it yet. I kind of skimmed through some parts of it. There's, besides the Smitty and the people like that were well known in there, I forgot about some of the more recent people. Two of the more recent people, now they weren't hung in there, but they were transported to the Rockview prison for either electrocution or lethal injection. There were two guys, and I remember the one real well, and I forgot the other one until I saw the name of the book. But those two gentlemen, one, his name was Stephen Rex Edmiston. He was held in Cambria County Jail. He was in there for 6 months. They literally had to sneak him in, and they had to construct a separate cell for him because as soon as the other inmates found out what he did, they were already putting a hit out on him because let me put it this way, it had to do, I don't want to get in detail. You can kind of research it because depending on who's watching, and I'll start crying. It's that bad, but it involved a young child, and he didn't just kill her. There was details that I would rather not get into, but his name was Stephen Rex Edmiston. But he was put in there, and from the minute the other inmates heard what he had done, they were going to take care of business. So they had to kind of keep him in there until under secrecy. And in 6 months, they actually found out that he was there, and they had to hurry up and transport him to Correctional Institute in Greene, and then to Rockview to get the lethal injection. The other gentleman that was there, his name was John Gaddis. And what this guy did, it was just as bad, and it involved his own daughters, and they were young. And again, I do not want to get in detail. Angelina, I'm sure you are a researcher lady. You will look it up. I know you will find the details. It was awful. But unlike him, they did sneak him into the special cell that they made for Edmiston, but the inmates knew he was coming. And they were already making their plans, but the guards and that were on top of it, and they really had him under high security, which I don't know why. They just didn't let him take him down to dungeon and do business, because that's how bad that guy was. But they kept him under guard very close, and then they ended up transporting him also to the other facility to face his fate.
Linda asked, will the book be available?
This book here, I just got it in. I got it off of Amazon. I'm going to contact, I know how to contact the gentleman that wrote this book and his twin brother. I'm going to contact them, and we're planning some events and everything. I'm going to see if either the author or both the author and his brother will come to one of the events and possibly do a book signing. Maybe really even cool. You know, if we can say, hey, what can we do for you? Donate a book or something for in our basket raffle, something. I will contact them. We'll work something out, but I would like to have them there and have him do some copies of this book, because it's amazing. There's pictures in here of different parts. Like this was Smitty's cell. And at one point they put a rope in there because he was supposed to be hanged, as everybody well knows, and he ended up not getting hanged because he disappeared that night before his doom. And there's a lot of pictures in here that's incredible. There's pictures of the courtyard. There's pictures of the recreation area, the dungeon. It's just, I can't wait till I can really delve into reading the entire book. I was just reading some sections, and that's where I got refreshed about Rex Edmiston and John Gaddis. So
weird last name.
Yeah, they were. And I'm telling you what, I remembered the Edmiston one. That one never went away because they kind of had a detailed account of what he did in the local newspaper at that time when it was committed, and it scarred me forever. Like you can't get what you read out of your mind. Mm-hmm. And then in here, he has it in detail from both of those guys what they did. So yeah, if you can get a chance, please. It's well worth buying this book and looking if you are really interested in the whole Cambria County history. Please spread the word. We will be doing, like I said, probably a couple days before we actually open up for tours, we will be doing a live walkthrough. We are encouraging everybody and their brother to come see this place. We've already got people wanting to do the tours. We already got people wanting to do the private investigations. I already had a school group contact me, a cyber school. So we're kind of getting the ball rolling there. So you guys have anything you want to say? Again, we will be going over this weekend, and we will be doing some more cleaning. A caution to some of you, though, too, that may want to come and tour, not so much touring, but doing an investigation. We will have cameras in the building, so if you think you can get away with something that you're not supposed to be doing, there will be cameras. We will not tolerate any defacing of the building, any craziness, weird crap going on in there. There will be restricted areas that will be clearly taped off and signed. If you go in those areas and we find out, we will not only prosecute you, but you will not be allowed to come back again. You're blowing a good chance. This place, since we just recently got a chance to go in it, like I could actually cry right now in excitement because that place is just beautiful. It's like part of it when you see it from the outside, it was designed to be like a Welsh castle-like architecture. But when you walk inside of it and you're sitting in there and you're there like, wow, I'm part of this history now. We are part of this history. It just overwhelms you, and I am so overwhelmed with excitement, and I can't wait that we can share it with you. So please,
Martin, also, I'm gonna say, because you said you'd love to go, but you're not in America. Technically, anybody can come. Anybody throughout anywhere can come. It just they would have to get passports and stuff, but we don't care if you're from not America, but you come and see this wonderful place and have at it.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see some bookings from out of the country. That would be really, really incredible. And I can't say it enough.
Ow.
When we actually walked inside of that building and saw it with our own eyes and saw, it's almost like when you walk in, you feel the history just going through your veins. It's just that powerful. And I can tell you, we've already had experiences in there. We will not tell you what we had happen already, but we already have had experiences.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody asks when you do a private investigation or an overnight investigation, if you encounter something, you say, hey, this happened to me, we can tell you if that was something that we encountered. But that place definitely, it is haunted. It definitely has activity. So if that can answer anybody's question.
Well, the thing is too, I don't know if some of you might know this, but some of you might not. When a building gets renovated that is old and has a lot of history related to it, and it was already haunted to begin with, a lot of times when it gets renovated, it ends up making the spirits a little bit more active. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're angry or upset or anything. It just makes their activity a lot more active.
We've already greeted ourselves. We already introduced ourselves to the spirits, and we told them, hey, we're not here to harm you in any way. We're here to converse with you. If you have a story you want to tell us, please feel free. Just do not scare us. And we already told them that you're going to be seeing a lot of us because we will be the new caretakers, and we will be curious. So we will be seeing how they interact with us. I can tell you right now there will be no Cody and Satori's kind of stuff going on in there. So.
My allergies are
which is a new whole chapter that we will not delve into, but yeah. We already had, Chase was down working in the basement cleaning. He had a REM pod down there, and he was asking the REM pod questions, and it went off like you would not believe. And then he said, could you walk away? And it stopped. He'd ask another question. It went off through the roof. He told it to stop. It stopped. So just on cue, like it was answering his questions. I did put an EVP recorder in old Smitty's cell. I know there's something on it. I want Gabriella and Abby to listen to it yet, but it's about 47 minutes long. We just left it in there while we were changing some locks and stuff. And some interesting things. So we've had... like I said, we've had some encounters. We will not tell you exactly what, but I just cannot wait till the public can get in there and see this amazing building. And I cannot wait till we do our first investigation in there. So,
yeah, we're
what
excited.
questions do we have on there?
Nothing yet.
Now, there is a part, is that a new subscriber?
Where? Who?
Right above Conscious Muse.
No, that's Martin.
Oh, okay. On the very, 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 very top tier of the building, because of the roof needing to be repaired, that whole section will be caution taped off. Because it's just, I think we could probably take somebody up there, but just for safety precautions and safety's sake, we will not be allowing anybody to go up there until it is deemed safe.
Conscience said, do you think Smitty ever made it out?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. No, there's just too many factors. Sandy going against it, just too many. One of them, of course, he had the peg leg. I know you can get around. Gabriella had said, well, hey, peg legs, you can take them on and off because, for cleaning and whatnot. There's just too many factors there that doesn't add up that would make us think that he did escape. I think he was taken down to the dungeon, and I think they took care of business down there. I really do.
Yeah, unfortunately, it had to have been an inside job with just all of the facts that are coming out. Well, that came out.
Well, we want to hope that he escaped, but there's just, like she said, there's just so much about it that doesn't make sense and has a lot of question marks around of how he escaped, if he did. So
and I hate saying the same thing. When you have one leg, it's hard enough trying to escape, which there has been a couple escapes from that prison. I'm not sure if anybody knows that, but there has been a few escapes. But those were people with both of their good legs, and they had it well planned out. Smitty, you've got to take for granted he only had one leg, and he was on death row. He was ready to be executed the next day. So they were really guarding him, except for this Luther that came into the picture. But I don't know. My gut is that he did not make it out, that they took care of business down in the dungeon.
I agree too. I really do think he would have made those 2 funerals if he escaped.
That was my big thing. If he had a young child that died, and his mother died, and he loved both of them very, very much. I would think, and even the sheriff would think, hey, you love your family that much, even under some kind of disguise or something, you're going to try to find a way to show up, even if it's not at the funeral itself, if it's after the funeral up to the graveside or something like that. And they were watching that area, and there was no signs of him whatsoever. So I don't think he made it out. I really don't.
Martin says, have you guys been thinking about doing investigation at the Alcatraz prison?
That would be on my bucket list, but right now, it's hard for us to plan anything. We're kind of going through some personal difficulties here right now, so this here is going to be our 100% focus, and we really want to get this going. We don't want to turn it into another CH, if you guys know what that is. I don't want to mention it too much because I don't want to, where I'm going with that. I know Angelina does. We don't want this place to turn into a 3-ring circus, which means when we have any kind of event going on there, the events will be set up very professionally. We want everybody really to focus on the building, the community, the history of the building, the glory, just the magnificence of it.
Also, that doesn't mean that we're going to just stop investigating completely. Like not just that place. We will be investigating other places too. It's just we'll have to do it when we have the time. But you guys don't have to worry about it just being that place, because we still are going to investigate. Yeah. It's just, it might take a little bit more time to post videos and stuff because of us actually having a job.
Some way, shape, or form, we are going to hit Massachusetts. We're going to meet up with Angelina. We're going to see that magnificent Victory Theater that she just had her event at this past weekend. We want to hit Salem, Massachusetts, and we want to do it with Bad to the Bone and Lady Victoria Darkwood. We want to meet up with them, and we want to do some things with them. They have been truly magnificent to us and just are amazing people. One of our moderators, if you can start putting their links down again for them, please. Conscious, you have been magnificent. Of course, Linda, you know what we feel for you. We have been getting some donations. We are going to be setting up here pretty soon. We did get kind of like a new microphone and that for our podcast. It was thanks to a real special donor. We were able to get walkie-talkies for the prison thanks to this same donor. And we were also able to get a really nice printer. We were going to get microphones, but it didn't work out in our favor, kind that we need. So we ended up getting a printer so we can print off flyers and different things like that, paperwork and stuff that we need for scheduling or whatever we need. So to that special donor, you know what we think of you. We love you to death. You are awesome. And any donation like that can help us it's just amazing. And we're overwhelmed by it because it really does help us out tremendously. But is there any other questions that you want to ask us about the opening of the building itself? Please ask away. This is not going to be a real long podcast tonight because Gabrielle and I will probably go live in the next couple of days. We will be over at the prison again this weekend doing some more cleaning. I'm going to try to get that live walkthrough up and going here sometime when we can get over there after we get a little bit more of the building cleaned up. Mm-hmm. So please ask away.
Conscience, that link that Gabriella, the Real Talk, she posted that link for your documentary.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
Yes, yeah, Conscious. Anybody on here, if you haven't seen it yet, please go to Conscious Muses YouTube. Please subscribe to her and watch. She has a series out that's about real paranormal investigators. She does documentaries and she focuses on the paranormal investigators and something that they are doing or have done. So please check them out. They are amazing. And again, check out our new logo. I don't know if we have a good close-up picture of it if you haven't seen it yet.
Hold on.
But please, please, please keep on checking out the Old Stone Jail website for more updates. Look at this logo. Susan, Victoria, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is just amazing. That is just through the roof amazing. We all love it so much, and it's us. That speaks us loud and clear. So
yep, that's the best logo.
Yeah. But does anybody else have any questions?
Martin asked, when is there going to be an opening?
For booking or for what? What do you mean, Martin? For the opening of the jail itself or for bookings or I'm not sure what you mean. Eric, I know Susan's not on there, but if you can get Susan's on there too, get Conscious Muses link on there, which I think Gabrielle already did.
Yeah. He said just in general.
Right now, we are setting up the scheduling website. We're going to be, he already started it. We'll be doing that next week. I'm under the understanding that we will probably start booking maybe as early as the end of next week. And he told me that I can start telling everybody that after the 4th is when we will actually be open up for business to start touring and investigating. He said touring, so I don't know if he meant just touring right now or if he meant for everything. But we, again, will have to take the weekend of the 19th, I think it is, off because we have a trip to New York to make for a family get-together. That's a big, big event.
They're asking where Pee-wee is.
I don't know. He's probably getting into trouble somewhere.
Pee-wee is sound asleep over there on that box where he should be.
Okay.
Because
not being a ham.
He's a little ham and he overtakes everything. So, but it is hot too. Since I turned off the air conditioning, it's hot.
Yeah, the fan actually probably should be running.
Does anybody have any other questions pertaining to the jail or anything like? We are planning some events. We're going to try to plan like a Paracon. We want to have a Halloween event. We want to have a Christmas event. Now, I don't know, the Halloween event, I do not like, and I already talked to Bad to the Bone too, and some other people, and they agree. I don't want it to be a three-ring circus. I don't like the Halloween events where you walk in and it's like a haunted house where you pay, hey, I'm going to pay $50 and I'm going to get the shit scared out of me. No, we don't want one of those kind of three-ring circus things going on. We want, an event where we're thinking something about, like, we might dress up. We might have, if you come in to do a tour, you can dress up. We can show people different areas of the jail.
Well, we could even do little snack bags.
Do something like, do little trick-or-treat bags or something. Give them a little snack bag for when they're investigating. But we don't want it to be a circus. I don't like that, because I think when you have an event like that, it takes away from the glory of the building. And I actually think after a big event like that, Linda, the activity goes down.
Yeah, Linda said it's insulting to the spirits.
It's insulting to the building, I think, even, because it's almost making it out like it's like some kind of a money-making showpiece. And I don't want it to be a money-making showpiece. I want people down there. Yeah, you're going to spend your money to see it, and it's going to make us money. But I want it to be the people's going to come and say, oh, my God, I knew this building was amazing. But because when you walk in there, seriously, when you walk in that building, you can feel it. Like, you can feel the life of that building. It's hard to explain. It just goes through your body like, okay, you can almost see the prisoners in the cells. You can almost see the warden walking up and down, watching guard. You can almost see them out there in the recreation area in the courtyard playing basketball. Like, you can almost feel all of that. And then you can feel some of the sorrow in that of the people that were on death row that were waiting to be hung. Like, you can feel all of those emotions, and that's what I want. I don't want it to be a circus. I don't want to go that direction. I really don't. So
Angelina asked, will weddings be allowed there? And then Linda asked, is it Victorian style?
Will weddings be allowed to be?
I think she said that as a joke.
Well, I still asked anyways.
Sure, you get married in a haunted prison.
But that is a good question, because somebody could come up and say, hey, I want to book a wedding there. I guess.
What if there's already tours that were booked on that same day?
Well, it would have to be open available. It would have to be a day.
It would have to be a day that's not.
Let me put it this way: if somebody is into the paranormal, if they're a paranormal investigating team or a paranormal investigating couple, whatever the case may be, and they say, hey, this may sound weird out of the blue, but my dream is to have a wedding inside of this prison. Would you be willing to do it? I would sit down. I would I would sit down with them and talk to them what they would want to do, and would go from there. I'm not going to say 100% no, but it's only in the No, I would have to sit down with them and see exactly what their plans, or where they're going with it, like, because I can't say nothing is possible. Impossible. You can always make something happen. It's just depend on how crazy and how out there that it would be, I guess. A wedding would pay more than a tour on that day. You are 100% right. And that is something, if they tell me what they're planning, and as long as it goes in with guidelines and rules and that of there, I would probably be open to it. I'm not going to say no to everything that's addressed if there's a possibility that we can sit down and talk about it and see where we will go with it, because
that would be interesting.
It would. You figure the history. Can you imagine somebody being in there having a wedding performed? And not only are they getting the history of the building in there, but they're getting their special day all in one package. That would be,
and that building's would be very beautiful to take pictures by.
It's amazing.
I could see it happening.
It's amazing. It's a possibility. They would have to talk to me, and we'd have to see. in an acceptable range of the rules and regulations of the prison. So
That would be so weird.
Well, I mean, that's kind of why me and Chase chose the church that we got married at, because it actually is haunted. And the lady told us that it was haunted, and she says, "Is that going to be a problem?" I'm like, nah, we're investigators. This is something we do.
it would definitely bring more attention to the jail, like
Mhm.
Angelina said. I mean, it definitely would, because hey, not only are we booking tours, but hey, we have had a wedding performed here at this amazing haunted place.
Yeah,
You know?
it would be really cool.
You know, I'm. It's not out of reach. I'll just put it that way.
Uh-oh, the ham is awake.
Well, once you get married, you're no. That's not the way to look at being married. Shame. I know on my first wedding, I had a guy that showed up and he looked at my ex and he says, "Wow, the first words that came out of my mouth instead of congratulations to you, it was, well, it looks like you got the old ball and chain."
Yeah.
And it kind of was on my wedding day, and it really upset me. I wanted to toss his ass out the door. And
oh, I've had comments like that too.
Yeah.
Like when the day or a couple days before me and Chase got married, when we announced that we were going to have a wedding, there were some people at like different, I won't say the company or anything like that, but different companies that were like, "Oh, that's bad," you know, that's
yeah, no, I
chain
know
on the neck or whatever.
Martin, I know I took it as a joke. I didn't take it seriously. I know I kind of responded like seriously, but no, I knew you were just joking around. Yeah, I didn't take you seriously.
I think it was Linda's comment that kind of made it.
She said, "Good thing you are a friend, Martin."
Yeah, I think that kind of.
Pee-wee, here he is. Gabriella, you need to get him out.
Honestly, she's just gonna keep coming back.
Oh, hell,
the cat came back here. Linda, come get this cat. You can take him home with you.
Aww, he's being cute now.
Yeah, look at this.
He's being cute.
Does anybody else have any questions? Because our biggest thing why we wanted to come on today is update everybody about the website. Yeah, hi, B Squared.
B Squared.
And answer any questions you may have pertaining to the wedding.
Nope,
the opening time frame, prices, scheduling. I already have a small list of people for tours. I already have a list of people for investigations. And I'm going to tell you this much. It will be when we're scheduling first come, first serve. So we've already got like a handful right now ready for the investigations. And you might have a little bit of a wait, some of you, when you come on to actually get the investigation in, because there are some that's already marked down in order of contact. But we'll get to you. We'll make sure that you get booked. We'll make sure that you get in there. Make sure when you come in for a tour, you pick on Gabriella, because she's going to be nervous as it is.
Don't pick on me.
No,
shaking my little boots.
Yes. So please, everybody encourage her, because she's nervous like crazy that she's going to mess up. And I told her she's going to be better than what she thinks.
Technically, we're all going to mess up for the first couple weeks until we get used to it, because we're all not used to talking to people for that long. But you know, we'll get the hang of it.
And we'll sociable.
Like Mom said. Like Mom said, we'll all have our own way of talking to people and saying the history of the jail that way.
I just told them, I said, just remember when we're doing this, just be yourself. Don't feel that you have to memorize a script. Don't be robotic. Just converse with the patrons, make them feel comfortable, make yourself feel comfortable, and everything will come over better than you think. It'll just come. They'll be surprised, especially Gabriella. I think she's going to amaze herself how good she's going to do, I think.
I was amazed how she was talking when you guys did your first video with the real talk, and you just fluently. I was like, dang, girl, you're usually not the talker.
It's fine, it's screamed.
But
You'll be fine.
just pretend you're looking at a screen instead of people.
How am I supposed to do that?
Say hi
They're
there.
actually talking back.
Well,
And they're actually
they talk
there.
back too, but just in text wise.
Yeah, that's different. I can't see
Linda-
their faces.
Linda said, "Is it possible for strangers to get together for a group investigation?"
Yeah, I don't see why not. As long as they pay the price and they behave themselves. Yeah. The groups. Yeah, you have to have a minimum of 2 people in your group for an investigation, not for the tours. Investigation, and these are some of the rules I'll say right now. You're going to have to be at least 18 years old, a minimum of 2 people. We like to keep the maximum on an investigation 10 people. We may be willing to go 1 or 2 over, but it is going to be according to the price that we have set on there. You will have to sign a waiver. You will have to have valid ID to show us when you come in so we know you are who you are and that you aren't under 18. You have to abide by the rules. You have to abide by the restricted areas that you will not allow to be able to cross. As far as videotaping right now, because I know some of you are probably going to ask that, you can videotape away. Just all we ask, and we're not going to start saying, hey, you show us your video before you show it on YouTube.
Yeah, like CH.
Just if we see that you're bashing or doing stuff you're not supposed to, or cutting down the jail itself, or some kind of negative stuff, then we will have you. There's something will be done about it. You will get in trouble for. You will not be able to, because I think that is in the waiver too, that there's no rules as far as videotaping as long as you're not doing any negative against the owners and the.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because you're like more into like the rules and stuff. If someone pays, like they paid their way and they have their guests there, but they don't bring their IDs, what would you do then?
I can't unless they can prove to me.
You just scared.
I'm sorry. I had to say.
They need to have their IDs with them.
So at that point, would you just be like, you would have to come back on another day, or
probably like I mean. Here's how I think I would handle it. They need to have their IDs to prove that they are at least 18. Obviously, if somebody comes in and they're already getting gray hair and they're definitely older and they don't have their ID, I would probably let it slide.
So it's more for like the young folks.
But at the same time, you kind of have to be cautious about that because somebody could be coming in and saying, yeah, I'm the member of this,
so-and-so, but I'm not.
So, yeah. I mean, we really have to watch if we do let things like that slide because it can get us in a bunch of legal issues that we don't want to mess with.
I was just curious because like I said, you're more like getting the rules and stuff and making sure everything is finalized, and I was curious on that.
When we actually have where you can book, we will have specifications on there what you must bring with you to the investigation. So if they show up and they don't have an ID on, they should have known better because that's going to be in when they book. Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
Well, what we could do too is, depending on what group goes, have like a confirmation number or whatever they tell you when they enter, like, hey, what's the confirmation number, and have it written down for that specific group.
There'll be some kind of a number that I'll check in when they.
Because I feel like that would be good too.
Yeah, we'll have all that, Chris. There will be some kind of an ID number, a patron number, or something when they're checking in. We will, be able to know who's who, and it is.
Eric, I'm good. My freaking elbow hit the corner of the table.
P Square said, who sneezed? I'm sympathetic.
What did Bone say? I can't remember.
If it's told when they sign up that they need ID and they don't have it the day of, then it would be, I would say, their loss.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm going with it, because I mean, somebody can walk in and say, "Hey, I just forgot my ID," but they could be somebody totally different than. So, because we have to look at all the legal aspects of it now, because we could get in trouble legally if we don't handle everything completely by the books and according to our own rules and stuff. And that, so we have to be very, very careful.
Yeah, I was just curious because
Yeah.
I was meant to ask that question, but I completely forgot about it. So now I know.
Now, when it comes to the guided tours, of course, there's not going to be any age restrictions, but I would think that if you have young children, real young children, and you're going into a jail, and there will be sections like when we're in front of Smitty's cell and that, when we start talking about the hangings and stuff like that, may not deem appropriate for young kids, but it's up to the parent in the long run. If, we will not have any age restrictions on the guided tours because we will be there, but on the limited time and overnight private investigations, yes, there will be a limit. There will be a minimum of no less than 2 people. You have to have at least 2 people. We will not let you go in alone. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Yeah, we stand by the buddy method.
Yeah.
Keeping one person with you.
And that's more of a safety aspect than anything else. We will be lurking somewhere near. We would like to stay in the building on the overnight, but if you're not comfortable with it because you feel that it's going to interfere with your investigation, even though we'd be in an entirely different room, we will leave the building, but we will be close by. What?
Let there go sexy leg because Pee-wee's leg was off.
It was the Toby.
Conscious Muse says, do you know how long the tour will take?
We're gonna do a dry run. Right now I have it listed. I don't want it any less than an hour, but I'm thinking somewhere between an hour and 2 hours. Right now we have about an hour and a half, but we are gonna do like a dry run before we open up, and if that time period it shouldn't go any longer than 2 hours. It shouldn't be any less than 1 hour. Because, I mean, you're paying $25 per person, and I want it to be well worth their while, which it's going to be well worth their while, even if it's a 15-minute tour. Because
the thing is, too, is it will get shorter, or I wouldn't say shorter, but a lot more paraphrased and stuff like that when we start really getting into the tours and continuously doing it. But for now, it's more like, what's our best bet to get through it quick enough, but not where we are rushing and it's
But we will still have that same time period. But if we which we are going to paraphrase, when we get to that point where cut some of the time off from the actual tour part itself, that'll give more availability for people to ask more questions and stuff like that, especially the ones that, hey, I don't give a shit about the tour and stuff. I just want to go on my investigation. I want to get that. Well, the quicker we get it done, the less questions you ask, and we can send you off on your own for your private investigation. But for those that's doing the actual tour, they're paying money for an hour to an hour and a half, possibly 2 hour long tour. We want to give them what they paid for. So whether it's a question and answer session and then to make up any excess time, whatever, we want them to get.
Well, that's the other thing too. If you have any questions, we will answer them during the tours, as long as they don't take up too much time. But one of the questions, there's certain questions we won't answer related to like the hauntings and stuff like that. We can't answer that until your investigation or until the tour is done. And you don't want an investigation, we will tell you what happened. So,
yeah, Angelina, I see where you said, oh, never mind. No, if you're paying for an investigation, literally, other than us doing a brief history at the beginning and saying, and taking a quick tour through there, we can get you through that tour and get you through the initial thing as quickly as possible because you're paying for an investigation. We want you out there on your own doing your thing and trying to get that part of it. The hour to hour and a half, possibly 2, is just mainly that time frame is for the booked tours, not the investigations. anybody says, hey, you know what, I already know the history of the building, can I just start the investigation? Oh yeah, definitely, just go for it. That won't be a problem with us.
B Squares said one of the tours starting.
He told me today that I should start telling people that we should be starting right after the 4th. So keep looking at the website. I'm guessing probably as early as next week I can start scheduling, or by the end of next weekend. So just keep on checking the site. And if we get any positive 100% date that we are starting, we will do another real quick live and come on and say, hey, guess what? This has been updated. Start your bookings now. And as I said, we do have a list already started of people that want to do tours. And we have a list started that's already wanting to do investigations. So we want to get you all in.
Linda asks, will you target the tour to the audience?
What do you mean by that? Like, what does she mean?
I'm not sure. And then Bad to the Bone said, when will investigations start? She says, sorry if she missed that part.
Angelina, I'm hoping, I'm kind of just playing by what he told me. I will know more definitely through this week and through next week. The way I'm understanding, he just told me today, he just said basically tours. I kind of would like to just only do the basic tours up until after we come back from New York for this family event, and then go full force into it with the investigations and everything. So if I have my way, I would say the investigations would start, let me look on my phone and I will give you my perspective date, but that doesn't mean that's what his is. We have to go to New York the 19th, 20th, and 21st. So normally we would have Monday and Tuesdays off, but that week we'll probably do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all in a row, and then take a couple of days off there in the middle of the week instead. I would say, to be safe, I would like the actual investigations, the overnights, and that to start on the weekend of the 26th. If he says he wants us to start investigations after the 4th as well as the tours, then I will try to get investigations booked for the 12th, the 13th, the 12th and the 13th for the overnights. And then we will take that following weekend off, but we will make up for it sometime during the week. So hopefully that'll answer your question.
I think Linda means, who is our target audience for investigations? I mean, for tours involving school and adults.
Anybody can come in. We're going to let it up to the families and that, who they bring with them. Again, since there's a lot of adult oriented, it's a jail. Like, it's a jail. There's history to jail, and not all of it is good. I mean, if you're in jail, you did something wrong. I guess a lot of it will go up to the parent. As far as schools now and organizations like that, the target audience that I am going to set down, because the school that did already contact me, she asked me about age ranges. I think I'm going to target like middle school and high school. I don't think I want elementary or anybody like that range and lower, because I think that's just a bit too much on children that age.
They won't understand.
They won't. It's just too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to target for educational field trips and stuff like that an audience of like middle school and high school.
Well, like I was telling her, is me and Chase, we went on a field trip in school to the Somerset jail, the old one that was there. I don't know if it's still there or if it's gone, but we went to that jail. Well, that jail, you had to be in 7th grade or above in order to go on that field trip.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's what I would think. Now, if it was someplace like the Victory Theater that Angelina just did, if I was a child and I got to go in a place
That'd
like
be
that,
cool.
that would probably be my dream. I would probably feel like I was on stage there, and I'd be
Mhm.
going home saying, you know, I was there. And yeah, I would be fascinated by that whole event.
Angelina says, will there be special prices if teams want to rent for 2 full days?
You know, I never thought of that, Angelina. If somebody wants to rent for 2 days, I'm going to say, yeah, there probably would be. I will have to talk it over with Dave, the owner. But I'm up for that, definitely. If somebody wants to have a 2-day there, yes, I'll set you up. We'll work something out.
Mhm. Thank
Absolutely.
you, Linda, and thank you, B Squared.
Yep.
Thank you for the questions, everybody.
Yes.
These are some good questions.
So,
I need to
yes,
get up and get my
absolutely.
My legs fell
But Angelina, you know me and you will be talking here a lot. But that's a fantastic question. I'm glad you asked it. So anybody that's out there that's watching, if one day isn't going to be good enough for you and you say, hey, I would like 2 days, as long as we know that first night that you were there, you were behaving yourself and you want that second day included, you want the 2 days, absolutely. I'd work something out with you. Just don't. I was told, and I'm not going to mention who, I was told that there was a group that went in there and they left trash all through that jail. They didn't clean up anything before they left, and they just left it a mess.
Do you know the name of the group?
Mhm.
I know the group too.
Yep.
I can't believe that they would do this.
Yep. I was very shocked when I found that out, and I don't think that's right. You know, we will have garbage receptacles in there.
Mhm.
One thing I have to find out if he is, because he is renovating, if he will have operating bathrooms in the building by the time we open up, at least, one place to go, or if he's going to have porta potties, because there's going to have to be, for the overnighters, some kind of a area for them to go potty without having to go to a local gas station or something, which I don't know how they'd do that and leave the building open unless we are there in the building at the time. We would like to provide, we've been talking about it, we would like to provide a little water and snack bag for the overnight investigators so that there's either water or a drink, maybe a couple snacks, and it'll be like in a little bag, maybe for $5 a bag or something like that, so that they have their snacks. Water, we might have just that available just for, especially if it's this time of the year,
Mhm.
hydration purposes, maybe $1 a bottle, if that.
I love
or just-
coffee.
yeah. Oh, you have to have coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll set up a coffee pot. When you come, Angelina, we'll have a coffee pot set up. We'll give you some coffee.
We'll put it in the warden's office, so you just come in and have a cup of
So,
coffee.
hey, Diane and Gabriella, Abby, I need some coffee. Can you fill me up?
And we'll say hot coffee or cold coffee.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that.
We'll have all kinds of coffee for you. No problem, Angelina.
If not, we'll go over to Sheets and we'll get some for you and bring it back. Sheets is just right up the road. For you of those that don't know what a Sheets is, it's a convenience store. It'd be like a Circle K, 7-Eleven, that type, but a lot better. And their coffee is really good. So
She says, I will be the warden, so gotta get in charter.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You're going to be the warden when you come. And you're going to have to talk to Smitty, because sometimes he gets a little bit of attitude in there sometimes, and you want to tell him, hey, if you don't contain yourself, we're going to have to put you in solitary confinement. But if you are good, we'll bring you a treat. So, you talk to him nice, he's good. But if you ignore him, he kind of gets a little bit of an attitude with you. So, better watch.
Oh, getting characters.
We're going to get in character. Yeah. I know she talks, I think she talks on her thing. And
Smitty gonna be my bitch.
Poor Smitty.
And you're going to have to keep him in control there when you're doing your overnight, Angelina, because I'm telling you,
Conscious says just make sure there's no bats around so Angelina is out of there.
Angelina, I can tell you this. We've been in there. I saw one bat, but it was just a dried up old carcass of one that was in there. It wouldn't hurt you at all. But there are pigeons in there. So
yeah, we've been frightened by pigeons about 3 times now. So
oh, it's so funny. When we first walked in the building, we no sooner opened up the door to go in the building to check it out, and Gabrielle and Abby lets out this blood curdling scream, and they're like, what? And here pigeons flew right over their head, just kind of like the bat with Angelina. And we just howled.
It was
so
our
funny.
first time in the jail, and we were kind of already nervous and a little bit scared. And as soon as I heard like wings flapping behind me, I was like, ah!
Well, they make such a weird noise too when they flap their wings, because they make like that like weird noise with their mouth too. So it's like, what are you doing?
The noise that Gabriella just made when we were cleaning in the area, the pigeon flew in the area where we were cleaning, and we're down there trying to call the pigeon to us, and they're up on the level above us cleaning. They're making fun of us. They're saying, those damn girls are down there trying to call that bird.
They're looking down like, are they trying to summon a bird?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, they were making bird noises, and we were like, wait, what is that sound? Because we were busy cleaning everything. We're like, what is that sound? And we listened down. We're like, oh my god, they're trying to summon a bird.
Oh, it was hilarious too, because the bird would be up there and be staring down at us like.
Every time we did that, it looked at us like, hey.
You just need a French fry.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If we would have fries or something on us.
Chase's save away fries.
It's even more funny because it echoes throughout the entire building. So you could be on the other side and hear and be like, what? What's happening? Where does that come from?
Yeah, it was funny.
I agree with you, B squared.
I do
prefer
too.
pigeons over bats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless it's the little fruit bats, then they're cute. They're like little sky dogs.
But they won't hurt you. I know a lot of people think that they'll fly in your hair and get stuck in your hair.
They're just sky
they
puppies.
won't. They go by radar, and that they may basically, if they see light or anything, noise, they're going to follow that. They're not going to hurt you. But I don't want one flying in my head at the same time though either. So I think I would have pulled off an Angelina. Yeah.
Conscious Muse says, "Oh, have you found any records?"
Yes. We found 2 logbooks in there, but they were just basically, they were real thick binders, but they were like people that were working for the community and that had ties with the jail. So it was like a ledger for prices that they paid or fees that was due to the jail. But Tom and I, in the one room, which I got to find, I have to ask him where he put it or where he saw it. There is a logbook, and it looks like, to what I saw, it did look like the inmates. A logbook of the inmates.
I think I know where that might be.
I think
Is
it was in
the
the
logbook.
It's about this thick, I think.
Yeah, I think I know where it's at.
I think, wasn't it in like the fingerprinting room or the interrogation room or something?
It was in that one room that, like, right before you cross the archway to go to the warden's office. It's like that room with the bookshelf.
Oh, really?
I believe so. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to ask your dad where it was because he saw it and he kind of skimmed through it a little bit, and I didn't get a chance to because we wanted to hurry up and get started in there and that. And yeah, I want to find that stuff because it'd be so cool to find out other names, which in a way, until after we do our investigation, I hope we don't find it, because this way, whatever we encounter during our investigation, then we find it, and maybe we can look through, and some of the stuff then that we encounter will make sense with.
Well, then everything I just said, completely ignored, never happened.
Well, I mean, if it's there.
Conscious Muse says, if it's possible, can you send her photos of the book so she can research them for us?
Which book?
The logbook.
Yeah, I can't send the other one because it had like towns. It had personal in it. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if we were even supposed to be able to find that.
Well,
but as far as if we get the one with the inmates in it, hell yeah, I'll see what I can do. As long as he tells me, hey, no, you can't do that. I don't know why it has to pertain to the jail. So I want to know what other inmates were there. I was surprised to find out that there was a gentleman named Michael Moore. That was famous there.
Boggles my mind.
Yeah. So, again, if you haven't watched Conscious Muse's videos or documentaries, please do so. They are amazing. So
you?
she's an amazing lady.
I can't.
She is working on another project right now, so stay tuned, and it's going to be just as amazing as what the one she
There
did.
you go.
Pee-wee, there you go again. Will you get your big fat butt out of the way?
Get your ass
Come on.
off the camera.
Come on. I know.
Oh,
Get him.
he messed up the lighting.
Yeah, see?
Come here, you little fart. Oh, you were such.
Oh,
so
Linda,
dramatic.
you got him so thinking that he's supposed to be our mascot and that he's king shit, and now that's what he honestly thinks. Look at that face. Now he's pissed. Jeez.
Oh, Pee-wee.
We want one day, so stay tuned. Not one day, there's going to be a couple times. We want on the Slurking Spirits, we want to have a special guest coming up sometime in the future of Miss Angelina from none other than Bad to the Bone. And we also want to set up another live podcast with none other than Lady Victoria Darkwood. So please stay tuned because we want to try to get them scheduled. And I'm sure it will be amazing because there's a lot of questions I would like to ask Miss Lady Angelina about the whole Victory Theater because unfortunately we missed being there, and that place is amazing. It is amazing.
It's just when you see, especially with the tour, the popcorn buckets,
it's amazing,
and how old that picture is on it. Oh my god, that's just.
I like the marble steps, like the stone steps, the granite, whatever it is, going up, and then that level there. That's just. You can just feel like you're sitting in that theater and a live show is going on. You know, you get that aura about it. She was so lucky. So what was that?
I think that was Sia.
That sounded like metal, Robin, like like 2 pieces. That did not sound like a dog.
You know what it sounded like was when the phone vibrates.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's really weird.
Okay. King Pee-wee. He's a brat, Pee-wee. Okay. Now
she says Pee-wee. Pictures coming tomorrow, video in the week or so.
Okay, great. I cannot wait. Angelina, you know, we tune into you as much as we're literally able to. Saturday or Sunday this week, we're going to be going in again. I would like to hit Saturday if we can. I know it's going to be hot, but we can open up those doors again. If not, it'll definitely be Sunday.
I'm supposed to do Saturday, and I don't remember what it was.
Go over to the jail?
No, there was something else.
I don't know. But regardless, Saturday or Sunday, we'll be going back over there again. We're going to be finishing some more cleaning. He is going to bring professional cleaners in to do some more before opening day, just to make sure that it's safe, because bird droppings and stuff like that through the building, so that, you know, no health hazards. But stay tuned for this week coming up. These next 2 weeks are going to be very crucial with information. So if you don't hear it from us, go on the website, check there. Keep your eye out. Those bookings will be coming soon. Angelina, I will ask and try to see what I can find out, but for 2 days, I'm sure that we can give a pretty good rate for a 2-dayer instead of just a 1 night. I think that's about it. Just keep on watching. Make sure you check out this guy's book. It's amazing, the pictures that he has in there. I can't wait to delve into. I mean, I read some sections, but from beginning to end, it's just wow. Yeah. Look at that. There's just. It's amazing, some of the pictures that they have in here. They even actually have pictures of the new prison that was built when this one was vacated.
Angelina said, we'll be live Sunday interviewing Susan. Would Gabrielle like to co-host with me? I don't know. It depends on what we got going on Sunday. What's the name of the book? Conscious wants to know.
The name of the book is called The Black Gate.
Yeah, I don't know what we have going on Sunday, so Pee-wee, you really need to stop.
Yeah, it will be, I know if we don't go Saturday, we'll be going Sunday over to the jail, but that would be in the morning.
Yeah, we won't go in there
So-
because they don't have a power in there right now.
Yeah, well,
Okay, well,
there's,
it also depends on my social battery.
it is, there is power in there. We just,
Yeah, I know. We don't know how to.
well,
We're not messing with that.
yeah, we don't want to mess with it
Oh,
until he comes.
and also, even though I can't, you guys are just seeing the back of Pee-wee's head right now. B squared. When you were saying, I thought the building needed remodeled. The building in total does not need remodeled. The very, very top floor is the only one that really needs remodeled. Everything else is kind of like small things, like small cracks in the wall, or maybe a paint chipping and stuff everywhere. But as for remodeling completely, it's the very high stairs, which will have that blocked off for tours until it gets fixed. But that one's dangerous up there. So
Well, it's funny because
Pee-wee,
sit
Lay
down,
down,
buddy.
get down.
Lay down.
It's funny because
Lay down.
we kept on being told how very, very, very bad the building was. And when we went in there, other than like paint peeling and paint hanging from the ceiling and that, it really was not nearly as bad as what we thought. I was surprised if you see the before and after pictures.
Yeah, which speaking of that, if you don't follow us on Instagram, please follow us on Instagram. I will have pictures of before and after of our progress on the thing. I think I had it on here. I'll put it back on there. But follow our Instagram and you'll see photos of the progress, and you can see a little like snippets of the jail if you don't know what the jail looks like and stuff. So toe beans.
Yep, just keep on checking out everything. And
You'd be like,
like
I'm
I
a
said,
king.
we
Let me
will
go.
be going in there this weekend to do some more. But
Where?
again, if when we went in there, we were really shocked to see what condition, for as long as that sat idle, it really isn't nearly as bad as what, I mean, I don't know. Some people, they wanted to kind of do their own thing in there, and they're kind of,
What a sexy leg.
but, yeah, we'll just get and clean that all up, and it's not that bad. I don't know what all he's going to do. I know the one part on the first level that's beyond where Smitty's cell and that is, there was a carpeted area. Of course, that carpet's going to need to be ripped up, but the carpet area
Ow.
had a lot of paint chips and stuff and that on it. And that was hard to sweep up, but we got it pretty decent. The carpeted areas are the hardest, but it's coming along real well.
Oh, yeah.
Now we will too. We're going to take a steel wire brush and go along the rails and that, or something to scrape off some of the paint that's on the rails, because we don't want anybody to,
They're kind of rusty, too.
cut their hand or anything in that when they're holding up. But
We gotta, like, disinfect
So,
them.
but we'll make sure everything's real safe for anybody before they go in. And again, we already have a list of people that's already interested, and we're going to try to fit everybody, and we're trying to accommodate everybody and make everybody happy.
Angelina says, if a team wants to do solos, is that allowed?
What do you exactly mean by solo? I'm not sure what you mean.
I think she means, like, they come in as a team.
But
They
they
as
split
a
out.
team, but they go their separate ways.
Oh, I don't, if they're by themselves, if that's what they do.
She said, wish we could be there to help clean. It would be so much fun.
Oh, Angelina, you would just, I could just see
Would
your
cleaning
face.
actually get done?
Yeah, will cleaning actually get done?
That's a good question.
I know, I can just see your face if you was in that building, because you have the same passion for like the Victory Theater and that we have for this. And I know you would be just like awestruck by it. Yeah, if you mean by solo, like Gabriella said, like if you're paying your price to go in there and you're investigating, whether it's a 4 to 6 hour overnight, if you have your teams go separate areas by themselves, and there's not going to be any restrictions on that.
Oh, like team is outside and one goes in alone.
Yeah, I don't see that where there would be a problem with that. I mean, because we're going to be somewhere near. I mean, as long as your initial team is together that you paid for to do the investigation, what you do in that point, as long as you're being safe and following the rules and regulations of the building, I don't see where that would be a problem. And we're going to be lurking. If you don't want us inside of the building, like in the Warren's room behind closed door, not to interrupt anything or corrupt any of your investigation, we'll be lurking outside close by, so that in case you needed us for something, we would be there. But yeah, that would be definitely okay.
Considering that Project Fear, well, it was actually Destination Fear at the time, wasn't it?
For what?
When they went there. Or was it Project Fear?
It was Destination Fear when they went there.
When we don't mind that, because when Destination Fear was there, they do that. They have where there's one person that goes in there at certain times.
A lot of people like doing that.
It's fine.
Yeah, as long as they're following paying attention where the restricted areas are. And that's why I find it really, really necessary to get floor plans, because if somebody does go solo like that, if they have the floor plan in their hand, it can help them maneuver a little bit better so that there isn't going to be an accident. But yeah, because you're going to sign a waiver in that anyhow. So yeah, I don't see there would be a problem.
She says, I like when the caretakers come back around midnight to answer any questions.
We can come back as often as anybody wants. We're going to be there lurking.
Yep, just call for our names.
Yep, we're going to be lurking. We are going to have talkies with us too, Angelina. We did buy talkies thanks to that special donor. We got talkies for the building. So what we can do is we can have talkies on us wherever we're at, whether it's outside or inside, and you guys can have talkies. So if you needed us for something, we'll be there right close by so that we can help you or answer any questions or whatever.
She says she thinks it's dumb that when people want to handcuff their teammate and leave them alone.
I don't like that. I
agree. She says Project Fear does that a lot, and it's dangerous.
I don't like that.
Agree with that.
That's way too dangerous, and I'm 100% against things like that.
What people don't understand is that anything can happen during an investigation. There's not one single thing that is just like set to go completely right. You never know what's going to happen during an investigation. Anything could go wrong at any point.
Well, considering that they also investigate in these abandoned buildings and there's probably homeless people or who knows what else is in there, it's just not safe to do that.
It isn't safe. And I don't understand why you want to do that. I think that's what the people that we're talking about, we all know who it is. I think to have that person handcuffed was just the worst possible thing that they could ever done, and considering that it was a family member and there was no worries, fears about it. That whole thing was ridiculous, I think.
Yeah, especially just like an anonymous fire. If it just like started catching up in flames in that exact room and something cut out the walkie-talkie connection or something. They'd be screwed.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. You never know what could happen in an abandoned building, especially fires or stuff like that. I mean, anything can happen. You have to think of the worst, just in case something happens.
And that's why we set the no less than 2 people rule. But as far as like Angelina's asked about solo, that's a whole different thing, because it's only going to be for part of the investigation to conduct it's going to be people on the other part of the building. It's not like they're being left alone overnight all by themselves. There's going to be, this person might be here for an hour or 2, and then there's another person will go there by themselves. That's all fine and dandy. But again, it's all about following the rules and just be safe. I mean,
it's something you have to anticipate the worst to be prepared and set boundaries.
We're trying to think too. Somebody asked about security guards and everything around there. I would like to eventually maybe have somebody as security guard, just to make sure, like, if there is something going, especially like an event or something, and we allow open investigations during some kind of event like ghost hunts or whatever, that there is security there watching by to make sure that everybody's okay and that nothing's getting carried out of hand. But again, there's a lot of stuff that's in the waiver itself. There's going to be a lot of signage. Well, I'm not even going to say a lot, because that top floor and a couple small areas throughout the building is it. That's all we need. Other than that, basically, whoever investigates, you're going to have a lot of space in that building. So in reality, a 2-night investigation isn't unreal to do.
Linda says you guys could be liable if something goes wrong.
Absolutely. But that's why, too, that a lot of that's in the waiver. If you do something stupid, that the waiver says we will not be liable.
Yep, we are not accountable for your.
Mine says I
stupidness.
volunteer as security guard since I do it at festivals.
We got people saying that they'd be security guards. So we're going to cross that bridge when we get there. We just want to get this project going here. And just certain people, like I said, they've already contacted. I have my list down already. And it will go in order of contact. And I do have them written down already in order of contact. So somebody that contacts me now and says, hey, I really need to get in this place by next week, I've already got people planned for certain dates already. I have to talk to them when we have the actual date that we are opening so I can hurry up and get them in. So
it's nerve-wracking. It's gonna be a lot of work.
But is there any other questions or concerns? Because we're an hour and a half here going. We're probably going to be getting off.
Linda says, how can you guys even sleep? So exciting.
It's been hard. It's been difficult.
I right now have about a zillion things going on through my mind, getting this stuff, trying to get it organized just for opening day. And then that's not talking about seeing what kind of events we want to plan. I want to have not only an open house, but I want to have a grand opening. So there's going to be stuff pertaining to both of them. And there's a lot. There's a lot.
Good night, Angelina.
Good night, Angelina. We're going to be logging off here soon, too. So thank you for joining. You know, we always appreciate you showing up. You're always faithful to us, and we love you to death. So anybody else have any questions or concerns before we log off?
Yeah, we're getting ready to go, too, because we're tired. We're a little tired, too.
We're tired,
We're
too.
tired.
We're a little tired,
Yeah, we
too.
just wanted to address, just keep on checking the website or contacting us. Because we're getting updated pretty much daily at this point. More information, 100% will be out next week. And then I got the feeling that the following week is when we'll actually be starting the bookings.
Yeah,
So-
best thing we can say is just stay tuned into our Instagram, stay tuned into our TikTok, stay tuned into our YouTube, and you'll see updates on anything that we might come across.
And Gabriella and I will be setting up a live here in a couple days, probably on Real Talk. So I'm sure we may have more updates come that time. So just kind of be watching.
Freestyle said, sorry, I missed this. Not sure what happened.
We're getting ready to log off. Freestyle, we were just more or less updating. If you check oldstonejail.com website, they put the prices on there now already for bookings and investigations. And right now, it's looking like we may be open for business as early as right after the 4th of July. So that's kind of why we came on here. So, and that is for the old Cambria County Jail in Evansburg. And we showed this book here. It's The Black Gate by David Regala. And he's one of the twin wardens that operated as warden at that jail for 31 years. They were twins. They started on the same day. And I believe they both retire on the same day. So that's kind of, we were just updating stuff like that.
Linda said the site looks very professional.
It's nice. It's set up real well. There is a couple things that I hate addressing with him because he kind of misunderstood me the first time and then he fixed it. And then I just noticed recently that under the tour part, there's something that I just want him to take off, and I'll get him to fix it if he doesn't mind, unless he put it on there, but I'm not sure I like it with the pricing area, but just wanted to address
You were
all
so
that
close to
stuff.
that.
So what do you do?
She was taking care of him and she almost hit the X.
Oh, okay.
It would have X'd out of
So if there's not any more
Me,
questions or anything for any of us, we are going to probably sign off.
Yep.
So just stay tuned, keep on watching. We will update you more and more as we get we wanted to come on tonight though, because this was our best day to hurry up and get something in. So
Yep.
With that being said,
Stay spooky.
Bye everyone.
See you guys.
Thanks for joining.